person who contributes the most, hopefully has the best chance of winning, and boom, breastplate's there. Players, by killing enemy players drop boots. So you can't buy boots at the store. You have to go and kill a player to get boots. So it's a mix of different things to make renown sets. Then, as you get to the higher levels in renown, so you reach level 40, and you're starting to progress into doing the campaign. We haven't talked about this much, but at the end of each campaign trail, so if you think about before you get to the capital city, as you are progressing through the campaign, you've captured all the zones in the campaign, and you're about to get to the capital city, there's what we call a fortress at the end of the campaign. Between the zone and the capital city, there's one last line of defense, and it's a giant castle, and we call it a fortress. So the fortress, if you think about it, is a 5 times as big as a normal keep kind of place. It is the place that is the last line of defense before the capital city. So that becomes the next set of armor set type requirements. You have to have participated in fortress attacks and been successful there. Then the next line of defense is there's a whole bunch of PQs, namely there's, for example, in Altdorf, there's a big PQ in the Bright Wizard College and a big PQ in the Temple of Sigmar. Those give you preliminary access to the next level of armor set. And then beyond that, there's the king encounter. The king, and killing him, both drops and gates your ability to get what we call the ultimate city set. And the ultimate city set is this crazy renown rank 70, level 40 uber set. So I think above level 40 there's 5 or 6 progressions of armor sets in RVR. So our game is all about getting that progression all the way up. And you can do it both in RVR and PvE. And as a matter of fact, we have an armor set that's both. We call it the Bounty Hunter set. And it is an armor set that crosses between RVR and PvE. So this is for the player who does a little bit of RVR, gets some interesting quests. Some of these quests send him to do RVR stuff. Some of them send him to do PvE stuff, to kill big boss monsters and stuff like that. And that gives him this cross set of Bounty Hunter sets that also progress up through the game. So there's a lot of opportunity for you as a player to fight in PvE, fight in RVR, progress your character, and do all sorts of great stuff like that. One of the things that I'd love you guys to take away is it's really easy to think of our game as a 1 through 40 level game, but our game is so much more than that. So yes, there's 40 levels, and then there's 80 renown ranks, and it's really easy for people to get caught up, and I'll use this example because I need to, and I don't like to call out other games, but it's really easy to get caught up in how WoW does honor compared to how we do renown. And we do renown completely different. You can't compare our renown system to WoW's honor system. It's nothing like it. If you want to compare it to something, compare it to Camelot's renown realm point system. That's what our renown system is more like. So it's a progression system. It's RVR XP, if you want to call it something. So there's 80 levels of RVR XP. And then there's 23 armor sets, and then there's 12,000 tome unlocks, and then there's 80 guild levels, and then there's 5 city ranks, and then there's so many things to do that levels 1 through 40 are just the start of our game. I mean, we want you to get through that pretty quickly and enjoy the game doing it, but there's so much above and beyond that looking at it as a 1 through 40 game is just the tip of the iceberg. Does that answer your question?
Yeah. But after 1.5 years, say for example, you've gained all the armor sets. Do you plan to, put new ones in every month?
Every month, geez. Oh no. Do we plan to expand the game so that a year and a half,
with
of course,
expansions and things like that?
Absolutely. Boy, I wish I can't talk to you about some of this stuff. We know we've planned out the first 3 years of our game. We know in general what our patch cycle is going to be. We have thoughts about what we're going to be giving the players for free and when we're going to be giving it to them. We have thoughts about how long it's going to take them to eat our content alive. For the majority of our players, we have thoughts about how to keep ahead of them so that there's always something new for them to do. That's our job, and we're not going to let our players just stagnate. So whether that's free patches, paid patches, expansions, whatever, we have a lot of plans for that, and we'll stay out ahead of them. Absolutely. My throat hurts. Why don't you guys talk instead of me?
One of the major problems in the AOC, I think, is that it's boring for the players when you replay the game with another class or career. Will you, how will you in war prevent this boreness?
It's a great question. Not sure if I agree with you that it's boring to replay Camelot.
Well,
there's three realms, so I guess it depends upon how you replay it. If you replay the same realm so that you're replaying exactly the same content again, or are you playing a different realm? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like Camelot's 3 games in one.
Yes.
If you go to Hibernia and play through the game, and then you go to Midgard, it's a completely different game.
Okay, but when I'm in Midgard, I don't really want to play.
So you play through Midgard twice. Yeah. Fair enough. 5 minutes? No, 5 hours.
No, 5 minutes, I'm sorry.
Oh, we'll have a group hug before we do that. So, unlike Camelot, so we have 2 realms instead of 3, and unlike Camelot, if you start, for example, you start in Hibernia or you start in Midgard in Camelot, when you go through the content in Midgard, in that realm, you generally do everything there is to do in that realm. In Warhammer, you're starting as one race as a part of that realm. So let's say you start out in the realm of order and you start out as a human in the realm of order, in the Empire. When you're playing through that game, while you can go to the Dwarven area and you can go to the High Elf area, in general, you're playing through the Empire area. There is an entire game in the Empire area that you can play through. You don't have to go to Dwarf, you don't have to go to High Elf. So, especially the first 10 levels of the game, you're probably going to play those first 10 levels in Empire. At that point, again, you can go to Dwarf, you can go to High Elf. The story, though, the story of the Empire happens in the Empire area. You're encouraged, though not forced in any way, shape, or form, don't get me wrong here, but you're encouraged through the story to continue to follow the Empire story. If you replay again, the best way to replay is to go replay another part of the Empire, or another part of the Order side. So go to Dwarf, experience the Dwarf story. Go to High Elf, experience the High Elf story. You're still playing on the side of Order. So that's probably the best answer I have for you. If you want to replay Empire again, you're going to replay the same content. Can we make it different? Our best way of making it different, unlike Camelot, is that RVR really does start to happen much, much sooner in Warhammer. And RVR is the best change on a daily basis that we have. Your experiences in RVR every day are going to change because you're fighting enemy players, you're fighting different things and doing different stuff in RVR. So that's probably the best answer I have. I think we have a little bit more of a mix. I think that some of the things that we're planning on doing for patches will help that a little bit. Some of the things that we're planning on doing for our first expansion especially will help that. So I think replayability is really good. We've got so much diversity in location and careers in any given realm that I think there's an opportunity for a lot of replayability. Okay. One more question?
Pie or cake?
What?
Pie or cake?
Pie or cake? I like pie. Pirates or ninjas? Pirates or ninjas?
Yeah, I have just a question, but what's really DPS I get pass? So that's one is
I can tell you. Sorry. One more.
Okay. About enemy kings, you just said that you are going to be able to kill them.
No.
No, you can get.
You can defeat them.
And then you can capture them.
You can capture them.
In that case, is that just a role-playing element, or are you going to add any kind of bonus like Deus relics?
That's a great question. I didn't even talk to you guys about that.